The new CCD F77 Handycam is Sony's most advanced 8mm camcorder. With features such as an 8:1 zoom lens, digital superimposer, and hi-fi stereo sound, you can record virtually anything, and the built-in automatic controls will help eliminate the worries of focusing and light levels. So use the Handycam to videotape family, friends, pets, trips, or anything else you want to keep, even in slow motion. So go out and pick one up today and look around at all that you've been missing. The new CCD F77 Handycam is Sony's most advanced camcorder. With features such as an 8:1 zoom lens, digital superimposer, and hi-fi stereo sound, you can record virtually anything, and the built-in automatic controls will help eliminate worries of focusing and light levels. So use the camcorder to videotape family, friends, pets, trips, or anything else that you want to keep, even in slow motion. So go out and pick one up today and look around at all that you've been missing.
The new Handycam from Sony, the inventors of the compact camcorder.
Disposal of infectious waste materials in the medical field is a growing problem. Several methods of disposal are available, but most have drawbacks. Now there is a new system, designed for the small to medium waste generator, which makes disposal of these materials easy and safe. The EcoMed system utilizes a treatment process that destroys and decontaminates potentially infectious waste. The principal component of the system is a stainless steel collection processing chamber. This chamber can be placed in a convenient location where materials can be discarded after use. These items may include contaminated needles, syringes, glassware, specimens, small bandages, some gloves, masks, cotton, disposable razors, and scalpels. The chamber can process approximately 1 gallon of material per cycle. At day's end, or whenever the chamber is full, simply carry it to the power unit. To process materials, place the chamber in the power unit, remove the star cap, place 1 packet of decontaminant, and add water. Next, recap the chamber with a HEPA filter cap, close the power unit lid, and push the start button. The unit will be mechanically locked for a 3-minute grind and a 4-minute soak cycle. During destruction, add 1 scoop of absorbent to an EcoMed refuse bag. After the cycle, uncap the chamber and pour the treated and destroyed contents into the EcoMed refuse bag. The absorbent will gel the remaining liquid. Each bag will hold approximately 3 chambers of refuse. The filled bag is now ready for standard disposal in common trash. Finally, return the chamber to the collection site. Since the residual material in the chamber has been decontaminated and deodorized, there is no need for rinsing. The EcoMed system is housed in a high-quality polymerized cabinet and operates from a 220-volt outlet. This unit can be installed as a permanent fixture in a countertop. At EcoMed, we are striving to be the top infection control company in the world.
Whenever you pack up equipment at the end of a shoot, remember the rule: a place for everything and everything in its place. Take the lighting kits, for example. At the end of a shoot, be sure to collapse each lighting instrument so it fits where it belongs in the case, coil each AC cable so it fits where it belongs, and collapse each tripod so it fits where it belongs in the kit. The same goes for the camera case. Field production students spend a lot of time carrying equipment around, and the neater you pack it, the easier it is to carry.
Well, I didn't figure that passing out a few pills is very hard work.
Passing out pills? 90% of my work is surgery. Setting broken bones, digging bullets out of people, and delivering babies. In the middle of the night.
Mr. Dillon! Mr. Dillon!
It's them.
Them? What do you mean?
Yeah, it's Ben Seifel and that Tex, and they seen Abby and they grabbed her and they're just treating her something terrible.
Come on.
Putting on airs, are you? Think maybe you're too good for us, huh? About time you saw another lesson,
Ben,
Abby.
please!
Come here!
Hold it.
Ah, so you really are a marshal.
Abby, you want to go with him or do you want to stay here and die?
I never want to see him again as long as I live.
All right, then you go with the law branch. Kitty's over there waiting for you.
What do you think you're doing? This ain't no business of the law, mister.
You broke a promise I made to her, Seipel. I told her nobody'd ever hit her again. I want to teach you a lesson. You get him on that wagon and get him out of town. And don't ever come back.
I sure will, Marshal. I never knew Seipel could ever be beat.
All right, Carolyn, what's your favorite band and favorite song?
Well, my favorite song out right now is Everything I Do It For You, and it's by Bryan Adams. So I would have to say that Bryan Adams would be considered my favorite musician at the moment. I first heard it off of Robin Hood soundtrack, and I love that song ever since. And I've liked all Bryan Adams' past tapes, like Cuts Like a Knife and everything.
Well, that's it.
Hi, we're sitting here in Bryant Park today with Dave Aronofsky, who is an avid golfer. How often do you play in the summer?
Well, Bonnie, usually when I'm not working during the week, I usually don't play that much during the week, but on the weekends I try to get out, on Saturdays and on Saturday and Sunday. And usually I go out with a bunch of guys. We have a good time. Sometimes we travel around the state to different courses, and we play for some bets. We bet on the course. We have different games. It's kind of fun. Usually, sometimes I come home with a pocket full of money, and sometimes I'm writing checks that I can't write.
What's your average on a par 72 course?
See, it varies. I could go out some days and just be the king of the hill and just smack the ball, everywhere, just be perfectly down the middle. But other days, I'm, right, left, out of bounds in the woods here. It's just usually. But going back to the average, usually I average between 78 and about 83.
What's the strongest aspect of your game?
Chipping, because sometimes my irons aren't on, and I take my chipper out. I'll just run it up to the green, do as best I can, and usually I can put the ball between 3 feet to a foot, and just tap it in either for my par, sometimes chip it in for a birdie.
Do you have any trips planned for the near future?
Yes, me and my brother are planning on going out to Myrtle Beach. They have some very fine golf courses there. They're very challenging. There's a lot of sand traps, which I'm not good at, and probably give me some good practice. But we'll probably go out there for a week.
Well, good luck to you, Dave. Thanks for talking to us today.
All right, thank you.
We'll see you next week.
Song As an educator, it will come as no surprise for me to say that I think education is the single most important aspect of improving environmental protection. I think as we each as individuals recognize some of the deleterious aspects of certain activities, some things that we do as individuals, like disposal of waste materials, that we can individually be aware of this and these problems and try to act accordingly.
It's thought in the district that one of the key reasons or key practices to reduce the amount of waste coming into the landfill is public education. And to address that, we're developing different programs, primarily in-school programs, to help educate the kids in recycling practices, and hopefully that's going to be passed on to the adults, to the parents. Parents are kind of like an untapped resource as far as recycling, and we have to get the message out to parents that it's just as easy to recycle as it is to throw something in the trash.
And my kids, incidentally, they said, we need to recycle, Dad.
We recycle papers in the recycling bin. We use the backs of papers when we're done with them.
We're thinking about starting to recycle newspapers.
The younger people have a much greater awareness of environmental issues than that same age group did maybe 10, certainly 20 years ago.
I think the next step there is going to be perhaps more frequent pickup. Instead of monthly, make it a little more frequent than that. Number 2 would be collect more materials. See if we can't get corrugated cardboard collected at the curb, paperboard, more types of paper, that kind of thing.
I think it'd be very beneficial if it was more often. I think that once a month, I think most people over-generate recyclable materials so that it no longer fits neatly in the bin and it takes up much more room in your house than most people are comfortable devoting to it. So I know that we usually take a load over to Bloomington Recycle during the month, and then most people I know end up having to take part of their stuff somewhere.
I'd like to see it done twice a month instead of once a month, because my bin is overflowing by the time I put it out, and particularly the newspapers really pile up.
To pick up the recycling stuff once a month, by the time you recycle your cans and bottles and newspapers and everything, I'd have trash piled up in my whole apartment.
I know there are lots of plastics that are marked with numbers that they don't accept here in Bloomington. It would be nice if they would recycle all the different kinds of plastic besides what they do take.
Some of the stuff that comes in the newspapers, the glossy stuff, I don't know exactly what to do with that now, so I'm bagging it on the faith that I'll find somebody that's going to take it.
Well, it'd be great if Bloomington recycled number 6, I guess it's styrofoam, and there's some plastics. That would be good because there's a lot of things we throw away.
I know that styrofoam is recyclable, a lot of containers, but I'm not sure exactly who's taking it. We're not really sure if we're supposed to separate all of our different plastics to types. Normally we do, but I noticed most people just seem to throw everything in. I'm not sure what is actually supposed to be done. It's not very clear. The bins are a great idea, but it's not really well marked. It's not sectioned, so it's comfortable to use in a lot of respects.
We are still landfilling about 600 tons a month. So although it's great to recycle all that, we need to look very hard at what is left that we need to take out. What if you bought more foods bulk and didn't generate 75 little potato chip bags, but one larger one? What if you bought flour in bulk? What if you bought shampoo in bulk? I mean, there are a lot of things you can buy, and then you don't have as many containers that you're putting out, even for recycling.
We sell a lot of foods in bulk that, rather than being packaged in 20 grocery boxes, for instance, pasteboard boxes, each one with a wax paper liner, that same amount of cereal in bulk comes in one recyclable cardboard box with one plastic bag inside it, which is also recyclable. Then it's up to the consumer to put them into something that is recycled or reusable. We have a lot of people who bring their canisters from home and have them weighed, and then we put the bulk food right in, or they put the bulk food into it, and we weigh them up that way so there's no container waste at all.
Recycling is probably a stopgap measure. We've got to get people to just stop buying stuff.
The next thing we can do is really look at how do we reduce what we generate in the first place. And I think that's going to be the next big step for people.
I just think that if all of us would go that extra step, we could be recycling even more than we are.
People don't realize just how much trash you throw away until you start recycling.
I think the first thing that occurs to people is, gee, I can recycle something. And so they start by setting aside their newspapers. And they realize, gee, the volume has really gone down since I just started separating my newspapers. What if I took out my plastics? And then and it sort of has this snowballing effect. And after they've taken out all these materials for recycling, they realize that they have really very little trash left. We need to keep encouraging people because their efforts are laudable, and because positive reinforcement leads to more performance. We also need to realize that we've got a long way to go.
They could use things over again, like if it's dirty or something, wash it out and use it again. You can make it into things that you can reuse, and you can reuse it and keep on reusing it instead of just kept throwing it away, and instead of wasting cans and throwing it all over the earth. It's taking something that you've already used and making it into something that you can use again.
Reduce, reuse, recycle!
There you go.
Disposal of infectious waste materials in the medical field is a growing problem. Several methods of disposal are available, but most have drawbacks. Now there is a new system, designed for the small to medium waste generator, which makes disposal of these materials easy and safe. The EcoMed system utilizes a treatment process that destroys and decontaminates potentially infectious waste. The principal component of the system is a stainless steel collection processing chamber. This chamber can be placed in a convenient location where materials can be discarded after use. These items may include contaminated needles, syringes, glassware, specimens, small bandages, some gloves, masks, cotton, disposable razors, and scalpels. The chamber can process approximately 1 gallon of material per cycle. At day's end, or whenever the chamber is full, simply carry it to the power unit. To process materials, place the chamber in the power unit, remove the star cap, place 1 packet of decontaminant, and add water. Next, recap the chamber with a HEPA filter cap, close the power unit lid, and push the start button. The unit will be mechanically locked for a 3-minute grind and a 4-minute soak cycle. During destruction, add 1 scoop of absorbent to an EcoMed refuse bag. After the cycle, uncap the chamber and pour the treated and destroyed contents into the EcoMed refuse bag. The absorbent will gel the remaining liquid. Each bag will hold approximately 3 chambers of refuse. The filled bag is now ready for standard disposal in common trash. Finally, return the chamber to the collection site. Since the residual material in the chamber has been decontaminated and deodorized, there is no need for rinsing. The EcoMed system is housed in a high-quality polymerized cabinet and operates from a 220-volt outlet. This unit can be installed as a permanent fixture in a countertop. At EcoMed, we are striving to be the top infection control company in the world.
Oscar, take 3. Oscar, take 3.
Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it, Jack. Action.
I sure will, Marshal. All right. Never knew Cyborg could ever be beat. Save it. One Chicago, take 1.
Right, breathing hard.
Here comes.
Breathing hard, Jimmy. Action. Guys putting him on the wagon, walking over to where the seat of the wagon is. Ah! Get up! Get up!
Take 1. Take 1.
Oh, geez, there you go. Listen, I can't low anyway, can I? I'll look up. Raise her up. Lift her up about a foot. Ooh, hey.
Okay.
All right, now.
Like that.
All right. Okay, ready?
Like that.
Save it. 69 Edward, take 2.
R409, Edward, take 2.
Action. Cut. How's that?
Things teaching virtually no. As you said, we're incorrect. It's not only money, it's status, prestige, sense of accomplishment, being respected by other people, a sense of control over your own destiny, some kind of involvement over where you're going. All of those things, which I think we know motivate people, are not part of teaching. And I think given the lifestyle and the environment of many young people today, they're just not going to go into it unless we address those kind of issues. Money's important, but I've always contended if we started all teachers tomorrow at $35,000 a year right out of college, we'd still have the same problems right now. 5 years, 6 years, 10 years down the line, they'd still start leaving because those other kinds of rewards are not built into the structure.